Flight 022, approach 1432.
When the air commences, is it my understanding then?
It's showtime, freaks!
The Alpha Men Podcast is presented by Garage Door Commander. Fueled by a hell of a lot of PBR. And produced by TJ Michaels Creative. Narrated by Jamie Dennis. Graphics by Sven. Dedicated to Hendrik the Viking Poulsen. 2023, all rights reserved.
Seconds. Guidance is internal. 12, 11, 10, 9. Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engines running. We have a liftoff. Liftoff on Apollo 11.
You ever notice how men are portrayed in movies and TV shows? Tired of seeing men portrayed as dopey Homer Simpson clones? Tired of the attack on men? Tired of the woke labeling everything as toxic agenda? Tired of the wussification of the American male? Well, then you're in the right place. Look, we love and respect women around here, but the truth is, we're wired differently than the female species. And if there can be a place where the chicks can get together on TV every day, like that awful program The View, we figured there should be a place where guys can be guys, and we're capable of creating an equally horrid program. So get ready. This is a celebration of man. Because after all, who built the Empire State Building? Who built a rocket and landed on the moon? Who created the very computer algorithm that allows you to find this show?
That was created by Ada Lovelace, a woman.
Okay, great. Credit where it's due. But I think we can all agree the algorithm sucks. Who created the automobile? The Egyptian pyramids? Who stormed the beaches of Normandy? We don't talk about feelings here. We will question the validity of your man card. We're not politically correct, and we'll stand up and fight back against a culture that's determined to transform us into a bunch of neutered pansies. This is your weekly dose of toxic masculinity, a show created by men for men. This is the Alpha Men Podcast. And now, two men who don't own a pair of skinny jeans between them, TJ Michaels and John Stacy.
What is going on, you sick, twisted freaks? Welcome to the Alpha Men Podcast, Season 2, Episode 4, The Quest for Spock, or something like that. My name is TJ Michaels. I come to you from the granite capital of the world, Barrie, Vermont, a.k.a. John Stacy, otherwise known as Baby Huey, in Trinity, North Carolina. What's going on, my friend? How are you?
I'm doing all right. You?
We're doing okay. We're surviving. We've got a great show for you tonight. Man Cave comedy clips come your way. Also, a look at the brand new, about to start NASCAR season. We're going to go in depth with that. Of course, only a couple of weeks away from Daytona and the Clash coming up at the Coliseum. All kinds of other things there. Yeah. And Man Court is back this week.
That means my season's almost over, or my off season's almost over.
Off season's almost over. We're about ready to go. And something that NASCAR has done this year that was released yesterday that is the smartest thing they've done in 15 years. We're going to talk about that coming up tonight.
It was a fun experience to be part of it too.
Yeah, we'll tell you.
Yeah.
You may be in it. I don't know if you're in it or not. We'll talk more about it a little bit later on. In the meantime, we do want to thank our presenting sponsor, Ohana Sports Cards on Facebook. Ohana Sports Cards for card breaks and so much more. Ohana means family. That's how they treat you over at Ohana Sports Cards. So if you're into the card breaks and collecting sports cards and all that other stuff, check them out. OHANA Sports Cards on Facebook. Ohana Sports
Ohana.
Cards. What's that?
Ohana.
Ohana. Yeah, means family.
Yep.
Or
We're not
so,
family,
some Disney cartoon told me once. Anyway. Uh, hit that like button. Share us. Yes. Smash the subscribe button. Helps us grow. And if you're looking to really support the show, head on over to the alphamenpodcast.com. Check out the Manly merch store. Great Alpha Men gear and apparel. Everything we sell goes right back into this journey of manliness. So grab a cold one, kick back, join us in the man cave of podcasts. This is the Alpha Men Podcast. Time for Mensplaining the News tonight. Good evening. The campaign trail is in full swing. Donald Trump says he still feels like a 35-year-old. He said that this past week. In response, President Biden says he feels half his age too, but it's not quite as impressive. It still makes him 67. Nikki Haley says she has not yet begun to fight. That would explain the poll numbers right now. Might be time to give it up, just saying. TSA reporting that 93% of guns agents removed from carry-on luggage at U.S. airports last year were loaded.
Wow.
Also loaded at U.S. airports, Southwest pilots. Yeah. United Auto Workers this past week endorsed Joe Biden for president. Biden hasn't been this happy about getting something from Ford since he bought one of those Model Ts off the assembly line in 1908.
Is that the same year the Cowboys were in the Super Bowl?
Yeah, it was the same year that the
I'm
Cowboys were in the
to the
Super Bowl.
punch.
Yeah. This past week, the Double Big Mac returned to McDonald's. Fans anticipating its return ran to the nearest McDonald's restaurant. At least the ones still with both feet did, but nonetheless. Kim Jong-un and Vladimir Putin have vowed to create a new world order. That happened this past week. It'll be an order based partly on trade agreements, shared values, and mutual protection, but mostly on absurd propaganda, wacky haircuts, and shirtless power photos. So that's kind of the way that goes. Texas says they want residents to reduce winter energy use. Now, the Cowboys always playing ball with the state of Texas. They have done their part by keeping the lights off at AT&T Stadium in January.
You're a dink.
Anheuser-Busch says workers' strike could lead to a shortage of several beers this winter, including Bud Light. Americans are shocked, mostly about the idea that anyone can classify Bud Light as a beer. But nonetheless, Kate Middleton in the hospital. Of course, she's got a health crisis going on. They say she will do her royal work from bed while she recovers from an abdominal surgery, which means that several times a day, her assistant will take a video of her waving. Chicago's the worst U.S. city on Orkin's bedbug list.
Oh.
Yeah, bedbugs still coming second, though, to the bears on the list of things in Chicago that suck.
Wow, harsh.
Last people are criticizing Reese Witherspoon last week. I don't know if you saw this, John. She made a TikTok video where she eats snow.
Yep.
And they were mainly upset that she ate it with her hands and not with her spoon. Reese Witherspoon with her spoon.
Oh, I was like, I've eaten snow.
Thanks for playing along.
I'm sorry.
No, you shut up. I worked hard for that one.
I get it now.
Kim Kardashian's recommending a tanning bed to treat psoriasis. That was big Hollywood news last week. And just an FYI, if you're getting your medical advice from Kim Kardashian, you're a dumbass. All right? In her new book, Hugh Hefner's widow, Crystal, says Hugh was bad at sex.
Really?
And I'm just going to go out on a limb here and suggest that Hugh being bad at sex might have had something to do with him being almost 90 and not having a pulse.
That guy has more experience than most people.
I know, but that is a picture of him shortly before he passed away with the walker, hunched over, being helped to walk. The guy's not going to be doing.
Out.
What's that?
He blew his back out.
No, I don't think so.
Well, rest in peace, legend. Even though it was a couple years ago.
Taylor Swift's stalker arrested this week at her home for the third time in just 1 week. Look at that guy. I don't know who he thinks he is. He won't leave Taylor alone. He's like a NFL cameraman. Dwayne Johnson suing to get legal ownership over his nickname, The Rock. And he has been successful. So now finally Dwayne can make some money. Kevin Spacey is only the highest paid actor in the world. Like,
Dwayne,
really matter if you get your name or not?
Your
You're
joke.
making $freaking $12 million a picture, dude.
But I got the Dwayne part after. That's good.
Yeah. Kevin Spacey has been booked to sign autographs at a horror convention. But we all know the real horror happens at the bar after the show.
Oh.
Godzilla -1, nominated for an Oscar for Best Visual Effects. Now, if Godzilla actually shows up, he will be the first giant monster to attend the ceremony since Harvey Weinstein went to prison.
That's harsh, too.
A film about season 1 of SNL is in the works. It will be the first movie to feature more cocaine than Scarface.
That's a fact.
Finally, more movie news. Jurassic World, the movie, a new one, is in the works. And if you can't wait that long to watch dinosaurs battle it out, there's always the 2024 election.
Oh, that's so true.
That's Mansplaining the News tonight on the Alpha Men podcast.
Witherspoon.
With her.
I cut you off on that, but the spoon,
Mm-hmm.
I think the Dwayne one was better.
Oh, okay.
You got the Rock, and then now Dwayne can make some money. And I was like, aha. So what you got for drinking?
All righty. We got to open up the Evil Knievel beer fridge.
Smash.
Beer's on tap tonight. We are doing Smirnoff Ice Smash. I don't think I'm going to like this. I'm going to tell you right now. I've not had it, but it's pineapple and coconut. And again, not technically a beer, but on this show we've taste tested just about everything. So
we're gonna start getting. We're going to go to wine or something.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else is going on. You're drinking Beast?
Yeah.
What flavor is that?
I've tried the original. I've tried the white one, and now I'm trying Scary Berries. It's 6%.
Did they make that in Vermont? Scary Berry?
I don't know. Berry, Berry, Vermont. It is Scary Berry.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm guessing this is going to taste like a pina colada. I don't think I'm going to like this. I can tell you right now. But it is 8% per volume, and obviously,
Monster's been around for 21 years.
What's that?
The back of the can says the original crew has been making drinks for 30 plus years in a row. Our favorite brand, Monster Energy, is about to turn 21.
Wow.
This is like that long.
Yeah.
Let's feast on the beast. Let's try it. Thank you, Peak, for grabbing us downstairs because I didn't have any beer once again.
Smirnoff Ice Smash, pineapple and coconut. I'm not going to like this. I can tell you right now.
Oh, it smells good. It smells like fucking fruit punch. Oh, damn. This is good.
Don't like it.
What's too coconut or too coconut? Coconut or too pineapple?
Yeah, too much coconut. And like the Smirnoff Smash screwdriver. I like that. And there's a couple other ones I like. This, not a fan.
You want a White Claw instead?
No, thank you. Yeah.
Well, I give this.
I'm giving this a 2.
A dog gave it none. I'm going to give a Scary Berry Beast Unleashed. I'm going to give it a 4.5. 4. Give it a 4.
I haven't had any of those yet.
This is good.
I was going to grab the Sunny D thing tonight.
Oh yeah,
but they don't sell them in man cans, and I didn't want to spend $15 on a 12-pack.
You just get drunk on Sunny D. You sit there and
no, I know.
Everybody says something like, I'm drinking juice. This right here tastes like no alcohol at all. It tastes like juice.
I mean, I'll drink this. I It's not something I'll drink again. I'll finish it, but I'm not.
You gotta get
I'm
some
not
more of these.
impressed with it.
I'll drink
Not
these
impressed
all
with it.
day.
So there you have it. Beast, Scary Berry in the 19.2 can, and Smirnoff Smash Pineapple Coconut.
Yep.
Which kind of sucks, to be honest.
I'm gonna give mine a solid 4. That's good.
All right. I'm going 2.
Let's go, Crash.
That is Beers on Tap tonight on the Alpha Men podcast.
In our opinion, there's nothing more manly than motorsports. These are John's red flag moments.
Well, I already started. Well,
Oh, this is your red flag moment?
yeah, it already started, so.
Okay.
It's about a minute long. It's a pretty hard wrecks in this. I found this the other day, and I was like, well,
This is going to get me all jacked up for NASCAR. Like,
this is why I did it, because racing's
pumped.
coming.
I'm ready to go.
Ooh.
Funny cars.
It's got a little bit
Dude,
of everything.
my oldest brother, I lost during COVID. He passed away. And,
Oh, shit.
Ooh! Wow.
Back to your brother. Yep.
He was a drag racing fanatic. Sundays were made for drag racing for him. And every once in a while on Sunday, I'm like, well, it's a Norm Sunday. Norm was my brother. And it means I'm going to sit and watch drag racing all day.
Drag racing's cool. Oh, NASCAR finally. Oh, this is Austin Dillon's. Right?
Oh, in the fence? In the catch fence?
Oh, it's Austin Dillon. Oh, it's the trucks.
No. Yeah, there it is.
So when that happens, that's a nightmare for me. In
Yeah.
the tower. No, that's it.
There you go. Red flag moments tonight
A little bit of hype up for racing.
on the Alpha Men podcast.
Damn, that's a hard hit. Oh. I'm still watching it. Sorry. I'll get hyped up for racing. Well, hold on. I want to see something real quick. We're gonna go back to
Champagne podcast on a light beer budget.
Yeah, we do it. We do what we want. I want to see that one that's a double impact on the straightaway. One more time, not this one. Because I've never seen this whole thing. I started it right there. Damn.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go to the couch.
TJ's Tales from the Old Couch.
I found this. So,
You know, there's a couch on the other side of this camera in the podcast studio here, and it used to be in our living room downstairs. Years ago, my wife wanted me to get rid of it and put it curbside, and I just couldn't, so I brought it up here because a lot of things happened on that couch. Big decisions, parenting, the whole 9 yards, and I just like to sit on it and think. And this thing, I'm thinking about the cultural kill switch. You know, if there's one thing we learned in 2023, it's that going woke means going broke, right? Kohl's, Anheuser-Busch, Target, $28 billion with a B in losses this past year. Add to that the big bombs from Disney and Netflix and Amazon. Couldn't be any more clear that the absurdities being pushed at us daily no longer have the stifle effect that they once had. We're not buying what you're selling to America anymore. My Gen Z daughter, while I was thinking about it, asked me, Dad, what's woke? Define woke for me. Well, Teresa Moll has an interesting definition in her new book, Woke Proof Your Life. It's a socio-political ideology characterized by the manipulation of noble goals such as equity and inclusion, social justice, environmental stewardship. But it's all done by a tyrannical left-wing zealot for the purpose of controlling and destroying American society. That would be the definition of woke. And every day this boomer, as my daughter calls me, wakes up in a country I understand less and less. It's like a scene from that Mel Brooks comedy Spaceballs. We've gone to ludicrous speed with harebrained, dumb cultural issues in the last 3 years. The cultural rot in society today is really kind of immense because the far left never knows when to quit or how to take the exit ramp. So the things they expect you and your life to accept get crazier and crazier and crazier. And if you don't accept it, they hit the cultural kill switch. They shut you down with, "Shut up, you racist! Shut up, you transphobe, you fascist Nazi!" And you're sitting there going, wow, I'm not any of those things. I'd lay my annual income on the fact that most of you aren't either. For example, you see the current administration wants you to believe that white supremacy is so prevalent in America that there's a local KKK chapter on every street corner. And honestly, I couldn't tell you where to find the KKK even if they owed me $1 million and I wanted to collect. For the most part, the KKK is an invisible boogeyman. Now, is there racism? Yes. Is it unique to the United States? No. And here's a clue. Today, globally, there are more people enslaved on this planet than ever before in the history of mankind. There's always been racism. There always will be.
Unfortunately.
And the United States fought a war to end it. The civil rights movement. We could go on and on. And yet, those politicals who want to keep a nation divided know that when they want to shut you up, all they have to do is call you a racist.
Mm-hmm.
Hit the cultural kill switch. And there's the issue of the LGBTQ mafia. And look, what you do and who you choose to love means no difference to me. It's none of my business. But when you drive an all-out nonstop agenda at my children, when you sexualize third graders with wildly inappropriate materials, when you cram sexuality down their throats, yeah, sorry, I'm going to stand up and say something. Does it make me homophobic? No. Who you choose to love is your business.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right, you homophobe. Issue after issue. Trans rights, the environment, racism, the border. Shut up, you racist, transphobe, fascist, Nazi. And that shuts the conversation down. It's the cultural kill switch. Or at least it was. You see, also in 2023, that tactic was used so ad nauseum that I think it's beginning to wear off. We've come to a place in the circuit where we've begun to trip our own relay. And we need to begin to, without fear, say, you know what? No, I'm not a racist. I'm not a transphobe. I'm not a homophobe. I'm not a fascist. I'm not a Nazi. And you're freaking crazy for suggesting that I am. It's time to put an end to the cultural kill switch. It's time to realize that there's a difference between waking up and being woke. And that's Tales from the Old Couch tonight on the Alpha Men podcast.
Yeah. I mean, I had a bunch of stuff in my head I was gonna say, but you hit it. You hit it.
Listen, it's just like what's going on today.
Yeah.
Alejandro Mayorkas, they're trying to impeach the guy who's in control of the border.
Yeah.
He clearly hasn't been taking care of the border. Clearly has not been following the law. Clearly has not been following the Constitution. We have more immigrants coming across than at any other point in time in our history. And they want to say, oh, you're a racist. You're a racist if you want to impeach that guy. No, I just want him to follow the law.
Yeah.
I want him to follow the Constitution.
That's fair.
No, you're a racist. No, I'm not. I'm not. I'm not a racist. I have empathy for those people. I also understand that it's an invasion. And it doesn't have to be people with guns and uniforms coming across your border for it to be an invasion. Do you know there was at one point in time, the Communist Party of China had plans to attack Russia?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what their plan was?
I knew there was a.
We're going to send 1 million people across the border from China into Russia, and they're going to surrender. And then tomorrow, we're going to send another 1 million, and they're going to surrender. And then the next day, we're going to send another 1 million, and they're going to surrender. And by the end of the week, we will have collapsed Russia.
It's possible.
And that was the plan.
Yeah.
Now, they never did it, but you look at what's going on our southern border right now, and you can't tell me that that's what's going on. And immigration aside, fentanyl, the people who are dying, who are being brought across by the coyotes, and the money is being made, and everything else.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
It's unfortunate.
It's okay to wrap our Capitol buildings in Washington, D.C. with razor wire, but it's not okay to put it along a park in Texas on the border.
To protect our country. And we'll leave it at that.
That's Tales from the Old Couch tonight on the Alpha Men Podcast. This portion of the Alpha Men Podcast is proudly presented by Ohana Sports Cards on Facebook. Ohana means family, and that's how they treat their customers, like family. Check out Ohana Sports Cards on Facebook and become part of the Ohana family. Awesome card breaks from football, baseball, basketball, and so much more. Ohana Sports Cards on Facebook. That's OHANA Sports Cards. Ohana Sports Cards.
It's right.
Brand new feature this week. We call it Man Cave Comedy Clips. And Man Cave Comedy Clips tonight, brand new feature. And we're going to get started with Kevin James on sports clothes.
My dream was to play professional sports. Yeah. I don't think I have to tell you people how that turned out. That didn't... I love sports clothing. I love Under Armour. I told my manager, I said, hey, I wonder if we can get like an endorsement deal. Could you call Under Armour and see if... Because I noticed The Rock got one. So maybe
Two different
we can
people.
get one. And he was like, you want me to call them? Yeah, can you give him a call? He's like, all right. He called me back like 5 minutes later. I was like, that was fast. He's like, yeah, that was fast. I said, how did it go? He said, not good. In fact, they asked me if you wouldn't mind not wearing their clothes. Careful with the clothes you buy when you're getting fat and then you lose weight and you got to change your wardrobe accordingly. I threw on a mesh shirt for when I lost weight a long time ago and I went to work out in it. Thank God I walked by a mirror. I was like, oh, no. I look like a bag of avocados.
That's a fact.
Next up is Pete Davidson on Mom Calls.
Oh, Pete Davis. He's funny.
Try to be good. I call home once a week. I FaceTime my mom's forehead every Sunday.
Yeah. That's so true.
Last time we FaceTime, my mom saw how long my hair is getting, and this is a quote. She went, Petey, sweetie, you look like Johnny Damon from that movie Good Luck Hunting.
Two different people.
That's a lot of mistakes to cram into one sentence. From a woman living in Boston.
Yeah, that
I didn't
dude.
know what to say. I just went, well, how do you like them bananas? And I just moved on. I do call my mom every Sunday, except this week she called me on a Monday, which was a nightmare. We had just spoken on Sunday. Anyone else have a parent in their 80s you call on a designated day, then they break the routine? Isn't that terrifying? I was at work, I saw the phone lighting up. It said, Mom. I immediately go to worst case. I'm like, who fell? Who died? Or worse, she just wants to chat. Like, which is...
That's me and my mom. Sorry, Mom.
And finally, we wrap things up in the Man Cave Comedy Clips tonight with Larry the Cable Guy on Christmas.
Get her done.
Christmas is my favorite time of year. It goes too quick. But you know, at our house, we celebrate Christmas every day, and I'll tell you why. 2 reasons. Number one, we love the Lord Jesus. He was born on Christmas Day. That's why we celebrate. And number two, my sister looks like Burl Ives. I don't eat good at Christmas, I'll tell you that much. I got a Fitbit on Christmas Eve. I put it on, it dialed 911. You know what killed me at Christmas last year, food-wise? The Kentucky Fried Chicken 12-day Advent calendar. Holy smokes, them 5 golden wings had me turtle doving all the way to the bathroom. I ain't kidding. I could have dropped my pants and dropped a partridge out of a pear tree right there. Every time I start getting a little too fat at Christmas, so my kids will buy me a Christmas gift to hint around that I'm too fat. You know what they got me last year? A Petri dish with flesh-eating bacteria. We run our kids up to the Walmart last year to see the Christmas village up there. We wasn't there more than 10 minutes. Somebody was already running a meth lab out of the gingerbread house.
Holy crap. That's
And
good.
Cape comedy clips this week on the Alpha Men podcast.
Woo. That was a weird button.
All righty. I'm ready.
I'm ready. I'm ready too.
I really am ready.
I mean, I'm trying to think here. Trying to find my notes.
I didn't really watch the 24 hours at Daytona, but I saw some highlights, the Rolex 24. Of course, that was this weekend, and that has ended. That means what? It's time for NASCAR ready to kick off the season at the Coliseum.
Well, yeah, but before we jump into that, I mean, we got to talk about IMSA. We got to talk about the Rolex 24 because that is kind of like the, what do you call it? The prequel?
Yeah, absolutely.
The prequel before the 500, which actually next week's going to be the LA Coliseum.
Mm-hmm.
Who won? I'm trying to think who won. Oh, Philip Nazar took the checker flag at the Rolex 24. My notes.
Yeah, Tom Blomqvist was in the pits under yellow on lap 768, and
there you go.
It was the first time that Porsche has won at Daytona. So first time in 14 years, actually. So Penske Motorsports joined the list last year with the new prototype. It didn't finish well. And this year they took it home with the trophy. It's Penske's second victory in the Rolex 24.
Since 1969.
Yeah.
You think Penske dominates NASCAR.
Yeah, sure.
One of the dominators. But, I mean, I was surprised when I saw that stat. That the last time they won was a Daytona Road Course in 1969 with a lower T70 Chevy.
Wow.
That's crazy. I mean, that's, what, 50, 60, or no, 52 years, 53 years?
Yeah, fast lap of the weekend went to Tom Blomqvist with 135.554.
Yep.
Nassar close, really just less than a tenth of a second off. And,
I bet that's probably on a speed camera.
Yeah.
From my experience in NASCAR, I bet you that is maybe, would say 3/4 of an inch if they were at the line.
Well, the Rolex 24 is hard to watch because you've got all the different classes running. So you got guys on the track at the same time that
there's what four classes.
Yeah, there's four different classes. So you kind of got to know what you're looking for. But now on to NASCAR, man. I mean, I got to tell you, I'm so freaking keyed up for NASCAR this year.
Well, this first week it's all no points and bragging rights, and pretty much they win a trophy. They win the purse, which I read, which they don't talk about purses too often, but they last year's winner took home 2.2 million
for winning at the Coliseum.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you remember when like Winston made a big deal about the no bull $1 million?
Yeah.
Now like this nothing race is paying twice that, more than twice.
I don't know if it's for the winner or if it's the whole purse, but it's 2-something million for that I read. But yeah, there's 27 drivers trying to get into a 23 position field.
Yeah, and it's not a full race. It's Saturday night practice at 6:10, and then 8:30 the heat races to see who gets the spots, and Sunday just
Their
before
heats,
7.
their
Yeah, heat
heats.
races.
Where's the heats? I actually put a slide up right there.
There you go.
I can't wait. I'm gonna zoom up for everybody, make it bigger. It's a pretty in depth how it goes for each heat. Each heat gets positioned on the field. So I mean, practice qualifying, they do practice, which everybody does practice, but then they get out there like first heat, first place goes into spot number 2, 3. I can't see the exact breakdown of it.
Sure.
But yeah, it's pretty. I would hate to be up there scoring in that tower. That would be as fresh, as green as I am in the tower. I'd be scared. God's honest truth. I'd be like,
Well, Sunday night, then you have the last chance qualifier race. It's
yeah,
the race that puts the last 2 spots in the field before they hit the track for 150 fast short straightaways and hard lefts.
Yeah.
And there's not a lot of. You've been out there.
So,
You've
yeah,
been.
I
There's
sat
not a
with
lot of
them.
room for error there, right?
No. So going back to where's that picture? My slides are all screwed up for some reason. So you see that little black box in the middle right there?
Sure.
That's bathrooms.
Okay.
Because you can't get out of there. And I hung out around those porta potties trying to watch the race, but they're coming down that little straightaway. The place is small. So Thunder Road in comparison,
Yeah.
Thunder Road looks bigger than this place.
Oh, I'm sure.
I mean,
Thunder Road is what, 1/8 of a mile?
quarter
Quarter mile.
with the banking and stuff. It makes it look so much bigger when you get in that infield. Because that was the smallest place I've ever been. I was excited to get there, see the Coliseum. I'm like, holy crap! I mean, this is cool. You get inside, every turn, you feel the engine. I mean, when they get on the gas,
Oh, I'm sure the noise is incredible inside that Coliseum.
but you feel it in your chest as they
Yeah.
all excel, and then they break down, excel. I mean, it's insane, and it was a great experience. Luckily, I've had the last 2 off, so I get a little extended on my off season. But
Yeah.
I'll be going back next year probably if we go back. I'm not sure of the schedule yet, but
Well, I'm sure it's not cheap to convert that thing into an asphalt racetrack.
it's probably cheaper than the
dirt race.
The dirt race. The dirt race.
Yeah.
We dumped a lot of dirt and a lot of time and money in that.
Yeah.
But this is what we want to talk about right here too.
Listen, I'm so excited today. In my travels, I listened while I was driving, and then finished it up in other places when I wasn't driving. But NASCAR yesterday did the smartest thing that they've done in the last 15 years, and that was release this documentary to Netflix called NASCAR Full Speed. I watched it today, and I got to tell you, it is incredible. It is so well done. The sound is incredible. The way it's put together is incredible. And I come from a generation of NASCAR fans. I'll be honest with you. I really haven't had a driver. I'm a fan. I watch every week.
Yeah.
There are guys that I like to win and guys that I don't really like to win. But I haven't had a real someone I consider my driver because I was a Mark Martin fan. And when Mark Martin retired, I kind of went, okay, I'm going to go with Carl Edwards. And then Carl Edwards retired the next year. Okay, I'm going to go with Matt Kenseth. And then Matt Kenseth. And so since Matt Kenseth, I really haven't had a driver. And it was about that time that NASCAR started putting all their eggs into a driver named Danica Patrick.
Yeah.
And the other drivers that were coming up were such young kids. And who is it?
Who
drives the 24?
William Byron.
William Byron.
Yeah.
He was discovered because he played sim racing really well.
Yeah, but I mean, I joke about sim racing all the time. But that I've played it. I suck at it, but it's skill.
And I totally understand, and I get it. But there was this period of time in NASCAR over the last 15 years where the personalities just weren't as big.
Yeah.
And NASCAR, I don't think, and this is my personal opinion, I don't think NASCAR did a good job at spotlighting those personalities. Okay, and it's the reason, excuse me, that I don't really have a driver. Because
I don't have a driver. Before like kind
well, you
of like
can't.
you.
You work for NASCAR.
Well, even everybody has fans. I mean,
Right.
somebody who works in the NFL has fans. For me, before I started working for NASCAR, when I was working for Thunder Road and
Sure.
and even New Hampshire Motor Speedway,
Mhm.
I was rooting for kind of the RCR guys, but I also like Joey Logano. I like Kyle Busch.
Yeah.
But as I started working there and I started talking to these guys,
Yeah.
I don't talk to them whether we're not friends. I just
Right.
passing or I see them with fans.
Right.
I've tried to like all of them. I mean,
And here's the thing.
each has their own characteristics.
Because you can't deny that Dale Earnhardt was a huge personality. Rusty Wallace was a huge personality. Darrell Waltrip was a huge personality. All right, these guys, they were incredible. And then all of a sudden, Terry Labonte retires. Bobby Labonte retires. Mark Martin, Rusty Wallace, Dale Earnhardt passes away. All of these guys who were icons in the sport are gone, and there's these kids left over, and you're like, ugh, right? And I get it. Every sport goes through it.
Yeah,
and I'm not knocking it. I just don't think that. I think NASCAR had such in the '90s. NASCAR had such a talent roster full of incredible personalities that they knew how to market. And I think there's been a period of time over the last 15 years.
I bet you, I think these guys have more talent. I mean, not more talent, if equal talent as the old school guys.
But I don't know that they know how to market them as well as they did in the past.
Well, marketing's different. Before we had different channels.
So that brings me to this NASCAR Full Speed.
Yeah.
It is a fantastic job of marketing. I got to tell you something. I don't have a driver. But one of the things that NASCAR does in this documentary is they humanize these guys. And you see their real lives and their family life and everything else. And I think every NASCAR fan wants to look at their driver like a superhero and see him do incredible things with a race car.
Yeah.
But also wants to know that he's just a regular guy.
Oh, they are. I mean, like I said, I see them at the track.
And this documentary does an incredible job of doing it. It covers the last 10 races in the chase last season. And I watched every one of those races. I knew exactly what was going to happen.
I was there.
Okay? I get it. I knew exactly what was going to happen. But I was still on the edge of my seat because of the way this thing is produced and because of the way that it went. And I got to tell you, nobody gets you more excited for a season of racing than MRN's Dave Moody, whose clips of audio from race broadcasts are sprinkled through this thing. I mean, I was like listening to it going, I want to watch a race so bad right now.
Let's watch the trailer.
So, yeah, let's check it out. This is NASCAR.
Playoff berths are on the line. When I feel like a wreck is about to happen, I get out of the hornet's nest.
Then he's had enough.
Very proud of his spidey sense.
There's no school to go to. There's no handbook and no certain path for how to be a NASCAR driver.
These guys start at 5 years old, working on the cars with their dads.
No, there's no time to waste.
I'd be your favorite driver.
Go into the playoffs, you know the intensity's higher.
10 races, 16 drivers. Best man wins.
Be safe, I'm proud of you. And remember, be Ryan fucking Blaney.
We're always looking for an edge.
This forces your brain to have to work faster. Aaron felt like I needed something to get my mind off of racing, but I took it to a new level. It's kind of like driving. Once I get in a rhythm with it, it just slows pretty naturally.
Now there's no time to waste.
One stumble, one mistake, your season's done. If
you find another gear.
If anyone tells you that there's no pressure, they're lying to you.
I'm sick and tired of it. Oh, wow.
The playoffs are nuts. Praying to God to keep him safe.
In the playoffs, anything can happen.
Let's all watch and see.
Hello.
He still plays Mario Kart.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's how I get ready.
Yeah.
This is Super Mario.
It's the first time I've seen that trailer.
I'm gonna tell you, it's good. It's
That is
really,
really
it's,
good.
it's about 5 hours worth of time. It's 5 50-minute segments.
That's I
in
can't wait to watch
docudrama.
it. I can't wait to see
And
that.
I got to tell you the other thing I like about it before we wrap this up.
Yeah.
And that is, Sunday, when you get up and you're getting ready to watch the race and you turn on, this is race day or whatever. And Michael Waltrip's out there doing the fan walk or the pit road walk. And, everything's sanitized and everything's squeaky clean and they're on broadcast television. So there's no, bad words or anything like that. And everything, everything gets the white glove test. This is pretty raw. It's
good.
not sanitized at all. And it shows the emotion that goes into these guys who race all season long, get into a 10-race playoff chase that comes down to 4 guys, winner take all.
Yep.
And you either win or you don't.
It's
And
impressive.
it means being a champion or being nothing, So there's a lot of emotion in it, and it's very, very frank at times. So make sure you check it out. NASCAR Full Speed on Netflix, and that is our racing rundown tonight on the Alpha Men podcast.
Yep. See you next week.
We present the case. You deliver the verdict. This is Man Court. All rise. The sometimes Honorable TJ Michaels presiding.
Alrighty, on Man Court. Testosterone meets testimony. Dilemmas are dissected with precision of a chainsaw-wielding surgeon. I am the sometimes Honorable TJ Michaels. In this arena, men come to seek justice and occasionally throw verbal haymakers. Our plaintiff is about to face the scrutiny of not only the courtroom, but also the discerning eyes and ears of the esteemed freak jury. You can join our freak jury tonight if you've got an opinion or comment on what our Man Court submitter should do. Comment wherever you're watching tonight. We'll put it up on the screen. If you have a problem and you'd like the help of the Freak Jury Man Court, you just send us your problem to alphamenpodcast.com. You can click it through on the website or just send it through on one of our many social media sites. So tonight's plaintiff is Mike from Nolensville, Tennessee. And it's the case of the Just Married Mayhem.
Uh-oh.
Docket number 013024. He writes, "Hey guys, my name is Mike. I need some Man Court magic tonight to help me figure out this argument with my fiance. She's mad I won't wear a Just Married t-shirt on our honeymoon." So just some perspective, I'm a little old school, and I don't like the lovey-dovey stuff. My fiance is the exact opposite of me and likes corny romantic stuff. She's great, and though we are opposite, it somehow works for us. She always gets me to do things I would never normally do, and I'm grateful for that. Then there's times when I put my foot down and refuse to give in to her corny ideas, which is why I'm emailing you. We're getting married in 2 weeks, and she just bought Just Married t-shirts that say Mr. and Mrs. on them. She wants us to wear them the day after our wedding on the way to Barbados, where we're going on our honeymoon.
Uh-huh.
So she wants me to wear this shirt on a plane and the first day that we're on our honeymoon, and I said, no way. The t-shirt's cheesy and corny, and she knows I'm not into that. She bought them anyway. Now I'm the bad guy because I won't wear it. Her mom's even mad at me right now. But am I being unreasonable? No. Why should I have to give in to something so stupid? Where do you guys stand on this, Mike, in Nolensville, Tennessee? All right.
I'm not wearing it. Straight up.
You're not wearing it?
Nope.
Okay.
This is my
Why
idea.
aren't you wearing it?
I'm not into that. I'm him. I'm not into that corny stuff.
Okay, but you just got married.
Yep.
This is the hill you're going to die on. This is the hill you're going to die on. Now, look, how long you been married? And
10
right
days.
out of the gate, out of the marriage, this is what you choose to be the big issue and the hill that you're going to
Well,
lay down on.
If you put it that way, I guess. Oh, damn. I guess. I guess I agree with you on that part.
So, here's the thing.
Michelle says I would never ask Ron to wear that.
All right.
Good job, Michelle.
I would never ask Ron to wear that. Okay. Well, thanks, Michelle, for the comment. Here's the thing. I get it, and I understand, and there's a lot of people out there that don't like making spectacles of themselves. I understand that. They want a little bit of anonymity and all of that other stuff. But Mike, your wife wants everyone to know that she's yours. There are worse things for everyone to know. And all I'm saying is, well, yeah, I understand. Like, if she was asking you to wear that on a random Tuesday out to pool night with your buddies, totally be with you.
Yeah.
Okay? Totally be with you. Totally would understand your frustration. However, you did just get married and are on your honeymoon. And I don't think you want to have your first real argument with your wife that close into your marriage over that.
Well,
okay? I think you should worry more about consummating the marriage than what T-shirt you're wearing. All right? That's what I'm thinking.
But if you're wearing the, on the other side of the shoe, if you have to wear that shirt, then what are you wearing next time?
What do you mean? What are you wearing next time?
Okay, we have matching outfits for Disney.
No. That's different. And Mike, if it was,
But you wore this at the wedding, honey.
I would even go as far as I would support you on the matching pajamas at Christmas time. Like, no, I'm not doing that. I don't want to do that. And I think I would be okay with you putting your foot down there. But a day and a half into your marriage over a T-shirt,
yeah,
when you're supposed to be getting some on your honeymoon, I don't think you want to start that fight. In other words, choose your battles.
Die on a hill. I get it.
I don't think you want to die on that hill.
I guess we're still different on that because I don't know. I get your point, but I say no. He says yes.
You can join the Freak Jury comment wherever you're viewing tonight. Should Mike wear the shirt or not? All right.
We could put a wheel up for him right now.
I'm yes or no?
Give me 1 second. Watch this.
Yeah.
Keep talking about it.
I just think.
Whoa.
I just think it's a pretty dumb thing to be arguing out a day and a half into your marriage. That's all. It's and there is this saying out there. I don't know if you've heard it or not before, Mike, but the saying is happy wife, happy life. Just saying.
Are you ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
We'll spin for it.
We're going to spin for the verdict. All right, go ahead. Yeah, Mike, you should wear the shirt.
Mike, you're wearing the shirt. Sorry, buddy.
You should wear the shirt. All right?
Yeah.
That's the verdict, and that's Man Court tonight on the Alpha Men podcast. All righty. You can play the Fact or Crap and give maybe Huey some pointers as we go through this thing. fact, type fact. If you think it's crap, type crap. And John, is it in fact or crap?
Who is that?
David Copperfield, world famous magician,
Oh yeah, I see it now.
once used his magic to make muggers believe he had no money. Is that fact or crap?
Phew. I mean, it is David Copperfield. Did he make the Statue of Liberty disappear?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah,
It's more smoke and mirrors, but
yeah.
I'm going to say fact because it's David Copperfield.
That is correct.
Nice.
With a gun being held to his head, he convinced two muggers that he had nothing in his pocket using a trick called top of the pocket dodge or reverse pickpocketing. You can look that up. Fact or crap? Antonio Nunes.
Who the hell is
He
that?
is a politician in
Okay.
Portugal. Okay.
Yeah.
He was responsible for enforcing Portugal's ban on smoking in public. Fact or crap? Antonio Nunes was caught smoking in public on the first day of the ban.
Wait, so he imposed the law. They got caught smoking.
He was responsible for enforcing Portugal's ban on smoking in public. Fact or crap? He was caught smoking in public on the first day of the ban.
Sounds like a typical human, so I'm going to go with fact.
He was caught smoking a cigar in a casino. Claimed he didn't know the ban included casinos.
He's enforcing it.
Did you also know that 75% of all cigar smokers don't inhale?
Yeah.
So maybe he wasn't smoking after all.
Well,
Facts or crap? Alexander Graham Bell?
Yeah.
Invented daylight savings time because he liked to tinker early in the morning.
Oh. It feels like that'd be true just because he's invented so many things. But you really don't invent daylight savings time, but we started daylight savings time for the farmers. So I'm going to go with Pete actually got me on this one a while back. False.
Crap. It is crap. It was an idea first proposed by George Vernon Hudson in 1895, but before that, Ben Franklin suggested firing off cannons to wake people. He also coined the phrase early to bed, early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, and
Dead at sleep. Boom.
Yeah. Fact or crap? Thailand's prime minister was forced out of office for violating the country's constitution for appearing on a cooking show.
That sounds stupid. Fact.
It is a fact. Back in 2008, Samak broke the law by working for a private company as the host of a chef on his own cooking show, tasting ranting while working for the government, and that was against the Constitution.
Wow.
Fact or crap? Bruce Lee played Kato, the Green Hornet's sidekick, and he once lost a fight with Batman's sidekick, Robin.
Bruce Lee lost a fight? No, that's crap.
That is a fact. Bzz. During an episode of the 60s Green Hornet TV show, Kato, Bruce Lee, lost to the boy Wonder in Tights. Still, Lee was so popular that the Asian version of the show was dubbed not the Green Hornet. It was called The Kato Show. Believe it or not.
Well, Bruce Lee is iconic.
Charlotte Braun is a female version of Charlie Brown that briefly appeared in Peanuts cartoons. Fact or crap?
I don't know who that is. I know who that is.
Charlotte Braun is a female version of Charlie Brown that briefly appeared in Peanuts comics. Fact or crap?
Oh. God, I can't remember Peanuts that well. I would say crap.
Fact. Charlotte was removed at the request of a reader. Creator Charles Schultz withdrew the character, but not before he asked the reader to take full responsibility for the death of an innocent child.
Really?
Schultz was a little intense.
I really know the show, like Peanuts, but I know who Charlie Brown's and all that stuff. But wow.
Fact or crap, director Michael Moore.
Yep.
The Seminary.
That's not Michael Myers.
No, that's Michael Moore. That's
Michael
the
Moore. Yeah.
guy. You know, the Fahrenheit 9/11 guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
Michael Moore left the seminary after it refused to let him watch a baseball game. So he was studying to be a preacher and got kicked out because he wanted to watch a baseball game. Is that fact or crap?
It sounds like something this guy would do because he was a basket case, I think. So I'm gonna go fact.
It is a fact. Moore entered the seminary at 14 but left after 1 year when he realized he wouldn't be able to watch baseball, play in a band, or mix with girls, so he quit.
Like he's ever been laid.
Finally, fact or crap, a Rocky Mountain oyster is a rotten but still edible clove of garlic.
Crap.
Crap?
Yeah.
You are correct. What is a Rocky Mountain oyster?
Right there.
No.
Oh, I have no clue then. I think I know what it is.
Rocky Mountain oysters are bovine, as in steer.
Yeah.
Testicles.
Oh, yes. The balls. Yeah. I almost said I've had Rocky Mountain oysters. What are you talking about? But no, I haven't.
Served as a novelty dish, typically you find them out west or in western Canada, north of the border. They're referred to as prairie oysters or cowboy caviar.
Michelle said crap.
Yes.
I
and unlike
almost
actual oysters, which are often served raw,
Yeah.
these are first peeled, battered, and fried. And served with a creamy dipping sauce.
Have you had them?
No.
We should try them.
Yeah, I'm not.
You still haven't tried Spam.
I'm not trying steer testicles. Sorry.
You haven't Spam still. I've forgotten.
That is Fact or Crap tonight on the Alpha Men podcast. All righty, here we go. This week's signs of the coming apocalypse, because we're all doomed, right? Freeze you later, alligator.
Pete's comment from last episode.
Well, it's dipping sauce white. So white and creamy, yeah. Great, thanks, Peak. Freeze you later, alligator. It was so cold in Beaumont, Texas, that alligators in the region have been found frozen but alive underwater. Now, can you imagine walking past a pond and seeing that sticking out of the freezer?
So this is actually, there was a news article because we had some really cold temps last week before, where we got to 10 to 15 down here.
Yeah,
and there was a guy on the news showed his alligators down in the southern part of almost South Carolina, North Carolina border.
Yep.
They're completely submerged, like sitting in the water, just their snout sticking out of the water.
That's horrifying.
It was crazy, but they were still alive. You could see the bubble from its nose.
It's they call it brumation, which is a lot like hibernation.
Yeah.
And they say it's normal, but I can't imagine walking past seeing that sticking out of it.
I'd put some food or something on its lips, so when it comes to, it'd be like, "What the hell?"
This next story is for the birds. They have been causing a lot of problems at a zoo in the UK. And the zoo is at their wits' end with a flock of birds that won't stop swearing at people passing by. Now the parents are going to rehab over their foul mouth things that they have had flying out of their beaks. Back in 2020, 5 American gray parrots donated to the Lincolnshire Wildlife Park over in the UK were kept away from others so that their offensive language wouldn't spread. But since that hasn't curbed their penchant for being potty mouths, the team is devising a new plan. We put 8 really, really, really offensive swearing parrots with 92 non-swearing ones. The park's chief executive, Steve Nichols, said, "The hope is that the 8 parrots will learn all the nice noises, like microwaves and vehicles reversing, and the other parents in the flock favor. However, if the other 92 birds favor the curse words, It's going to turn into some adult aviary there. I mean, it's
It's gonna be a paradetic.
Yeah, really. So, our next sign of the coming apocalypse, nothing to see here. Middle school students in North Carolina.
Oh yes.
Oh my God, I'm so glad I don't have kids in school anymore.
Yeah, I hate it.
I really am.
I feel bad for
I really am. Middle school students in North Carolina have had their mirrors in their bathrooms taken away.
Yep.
School at the Almonds Burlington school system says they have become a huge distraction. They have taken to removing the mirrors in the bathrooms of both the boys' and girls' restrooms to cut down on kids spending too much time filming TikTok videos.
Yeah, Burlington, North Carolina is about 40 minutes from here, where I live.
Yeah,
it's about the size of, well, it's probably the size of Burlington. It's actually Burlington, North Carolina is about the size of Burlington, Vermont.
Okay.
But yeah, that's scary. TikTok has taken the country by storm. Unfortunately,
we're going to hell, man. We really are.
It's a sign of apocalypse.
Some students were caught skipping class and going to the bathroom up to 9 times a day to make videos.
Jeez.
How does the school know that? Right?
Because I don't know how they would know.
Apparently, the mirrors are heavily featured in the videos the students are using. But wait, there's more. The district is also requiring digital hall passes so they can track how much time students are spending outside of the classroom.
What are they using for a digital? Like you check in, check out?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to.
You have a punch card at your door. You're out.
I don't know. Next story. Look out below. Here's a sign of the coming apocalypse. A sinkhole in Tampa, Florida that opened up in someone's front yard on Saturday. Resident Kyle Austin says, our neighbor woke us up around 8, told us there was a big hole in our front yard. We went out and looked. It was a 60-foot drop down. According to Polk Fire and Rescue, the hole was about 15 feet wide, 60 feet deep. The homeowner says, I'm really nervous about 2 kids being that close to a sinkhole and like 30 feet from their bedroom.
60 feet?
Yeah.
Wow.
Officials say the street still remains open for drivers, but the yard, not so much.
You lived in Florida. I lived in Florida. And sinkholes are kind of common.
They are common, but that's a big one. 60 feet, that's deep, man. You see a 10-foot deep sinkhole or a 15-foot 60? Dude.
There must have been water in there.
Looking for like Chinamen on the other side. Right, 60 feet. That's a big sinkhole. And that is signs of the coming apocalypse this week on the Alpha Men podcast. This portion of the Alpha Men podcast is proudly presented by Ohana Sports Cards on Facebook. Ohana means family, and that's how they treat their customers, like family. Check out Ohana Sports Cards on Facebook and become part of the Ohana family. Awesome card breaks from football, baseball, basketball, and so much more. Ohana Sports Cards on Facebook. That's OHANA Sports Cards. Ohana Sports Cards.
I got no clue why I did that. That's an automatic. I was like, wait a second.
Sucks the Alpha Men on sports tonight. We get started with Michael Phelps. He and his wife welcomed their 4th child this week. So Michael Phelps, a strong swimmer with even stronger swimmers. The Los Angeles Chargers have hired Jim Harbaugh as head coach. Michigan fans shocked to lose their coach, of course. At Ohio State, they're all celebrating. But Los Angeles fans were shocked to learn that they not only that they had Jim Harbaugh, but that they still had the Chargers. There's a look from the stands. Not quite sold out, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
NBA suspending Cavaliers forward Tristan Thompson this week. 25 games for using performance-enhancing drugs. And, of course, Tristan spent some time with the Celtics in Boston. But if you're shocked that he made a terrible decision that could jeopardize his health and his career, please remember that he had sex with Khloe Kardashian. So, that's kind of the deal. By the way, 25 games without pay. The strippers in Cleveland are about to hit hard times. I'm just saying.
Wow, 25 games. That's rough.
Atlanta Falcons have decided not to hire Bill Belichick. Bill was caught by surprise. He had already ripped all the sleeves off of a Falcons hoodie, not going to happen. So now what for Bill? They're suggesting with no head coaching gig in the NFL for the foreseeable future.
Yeah.
They say he could be going to the broadcast studio. Can you?
Oh my God.
This guy's got zero personality, right? Sources say that every network would want to work with him, but he'd be a better fit in a studio than in the broadcast booth as an in-game analyst. And it's a safe bet that the broadcast gig would be a temp job, though, because he'd still be a strong candidate for another NFL coaching gig for 2025. Look, Bill can't even do a press conference without getting pissed off. All right. There's no way he's going to sit and listen to Jimmy Johnson and Terry Bradshaw. All right. Ramble on about dumb stuff. There's no way.
So what do you think,
happening?
Bill? Yeah, I could see him. Like, Jimmy's all hyped up. What do you think, Bill? Bill just goes, looks good.
Yeah, we're moving on to next week.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Bill, what do you think about the what do you think about the Detroit Lions and the San Francisco? We're moving on to next week.
Yeah.
Fundamentals.
Tom Brady, back when Tom Brady was here,
Yeah, we got to be good in all four phases of the fundamentals of football. But yeah,
he's wearing a button-up collared shirt with no sleeves.
So here we go. After a weekend of the AFC and NFC championship game, and look, the only sure thing is in life are death, taxes, and Lamar Jackson choking in the playoffs. They should trade him to Dallas. I'm just saying.
Hey,
he would fit there. He would fit in.
I'll stick with Dak.
They should trade him.
No,
he fits in. He chokes just like Dallas. The Kansas City Chiefs going to play in the Super Bowl in Vegas February 11th. Andy Reid, confident he'll be successful. Not about winning the game, but cleaning out every all-you-can-eat buffet on the Strip in Las Vegas. That's what he's into. But and, of course, Taylor Swift was at the Chiefs game, gave Travis Kelce a celebratory kiss. I can't take it anymore. I really can't take it anymore.
Talk about her more than they do, I think.
Dude, did you watch?
Are you obsessed with her or what?
No, did you dude, if you watch, she's on the screen every 2.5 minutes.
The reason she's on the screen, they broke it down. I was reading an article on Twitter about it. Mm-hmm. The reason they pan to her so much, they're
trying to bring Swifties into football.
No, it's not even Swifties. It's, probably. But what I read was they break it down, they pan to her when there's nothing going on the field.
Right.
They've never took the camera off the field during plays.
Okay, but we used to put fans on the screen when there was nothing going on.
Oh, I agree.
Interesting people. I don't want to see Taylor Swift every 2.5 minutes. I could care less.
I agree, but
Taylor Swift could perform in my bathroom 25 feet away from the door to this room, and I still wouldn't go see her.
She's a shiny new thing right now.
I know. I get
for
it.
Football.
I get it.
I defended her, but I mean, she's bringing my eyes to football.
Yeah.
Maybe she'll date somebody. Maybe she'll date somebody in NASCAR. And Dave Moody.
Do you know she's brought into football?
No.
And do you know how many fathers this past week have said to their daughters, "Look, I'm not explaining the game while the game's being played.
Facts.
The rules while the game's on."
Yeah.
Because that's what I tell my daughters. I do. I'm just not. Okay. NFC Championship game, obviously. Peak is a happy man tonight, our buddy in North Carolina. 49ers came back in the second half after the Detroit Lions had a 17-point lead and somehow won that game 34-31. Brock Purdy looked pretty good.
He did the second half. I was giving him crap during the first half. I was like, well, good luck. Your game's over, blah, blah, blah.
But I was texting him too.
Were you?
and the last text he sent me, I have not answered yet.
Yeah.
Which was, what were you saying? He sent me a text that was like, what were you saying after the 49ers won?
We got to talk about, we got to talk about that game though. We got to talk about the pregame, the halftime, the Journey.
Journey, of course, is a San Francisco band, originally fronted by Steve Perry, one of the greatest rock vocalists ever, and now fronted by a guy from Korea who they found in a karaoke bar. But nonetheless, they sang the song "Don't Stop Believin'" at the game, and they changed the lyrics because they didn't want to say South Detroit because the 49ers were playing Detroit.
Yeah.
So they changed the lyrics to "Born and Raised in San Francisco,"
Yep.
but the crowd didn't play along. Listen.
I mean, in their defense, I mean, it's instinctively built in our heads to hear a song that's iconic like that, and we're gonna say, yeah.
So you got Kansas City and you got the 49ers, and I think we have the wrap up of both those games.
Yeah, right here.
Audio
Chiefs
wise.
are still the Chiefs, and believe it, you gotta fight for your right to party.
Oh, Beastie Boys reference.
The 49ers are going to the Super Bowl.
There you have it. And the sports books raced to put the odds up. 49ers opened at a 2.5 favorite to win the Super Bowl at BetMGM, though the line shifted really quickly just minutes after it was posted to minus 1.5 spread. So, look, the 49ers are 0-2 against the spread this postseason. Chiefs are 3-0 against the spread. It's a rematch of Super Bowl 39, where Mahomes beat Jimmy Garoppolo 31-20, thanks to a 21-point fourth quarter from Kansas City. But the 49ers are now rocking with a new quarterback who kind of has them back on the biggest stage of all. So should be an interesting game.
Yeah. Who are you picking for the Pro Bowl?
I'm not. The what? Nobody watches the Pro Bowl.
I want to see what you're going to say.
Biggest joke in sports.
Yeah.
I'd watch a WNBA game before I would watch the Pro Bowl.
Well, during the Pro Bowl, you can watch the Coliseum race.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
But
yeah. So the Chiefs are looking to be the first repeat Super Bowl champions since 2003-2004 Patriots, and Mahomes makes his fourth Super Bowl start, which are the most of anyone before the age of 30 all time. So
Patrick Mahomes, he's been he's been in the league for 7 years. He's been, you said 4?
Yeah, fourth Super Bowl start.
And
he's really comfortable at Allegiant Stadium. He's won 4 games in Vegas, 10 touchdowns compared to 1 interception. 49ers' 8th Super Bowl appearance, which ties the Pittsburgh Steelers, Dallas Cowboys, and the Denver Broncos for the second most by any franchise. And a win would tie the Steelers and Patriots for the most Super Bowl victories by a franchise. So
yeah, I know.
Brock Purdy was Mr. Irrelevant in 2022. He, will become the lowest drafted quarterback to ever start a Super Bowl, believe it or not.
And he's not making much money either right now.
Yeah, no, not at all. We're going to have to pay him now.
Yes, they are.
They are going to have to pay him now.
He deserves it.
Speaking of paying people, lawsuit alleging shocking, disturbing, graphic behavior on the part of Vince McMahon came out this week. The CEO of the WWE, board member of TKO Group Holdings, the parent company of WWE, and the news broke on Thursday of last week, and his resignation came down on Friday. Here's the thing. The suit brought by Janelle Grant alleges that she was pushed into a physical relationship in return for a contract and long-promised employment with WWE. There is some really, really, really bad stuff described in her complaint.
Really? I haven't seen it yet. I've heard about it, but I haven't read it.
Forced sexual relationship, sharing private photos and videos, coercing Grant into having sexual relations with other WWE staffers, including the former head of talent relations, John Laurinaitis, who is also the target of the suit along with Vince McMahon and WWE. He says he's going to fight this thing vigorously and defend himself, against the accusations that he says are baseless and look forward to clearing his name. Still, he decided to resign out of respect for the WWE universe, the TKO business, and all of its employees and superstars who make WWE the global leader of what it is today. And look, all I have to say is,
Jesus.
Look at that first picture. Go back to that first picture.
That's what
That's Vince.
I know. Yeah.
Okay. This is what Vince looks like today.
That looks like. Does he look like him?
What the hell was he thinking? Oh, it's really bad plastic surgery. It's plastic surgery gone wrong.
That's like Meg
it's
Ryan.
really bad. Yeah. So, wow. Yeah. So we'll have to see how all that works out. That is Your Team Sucks, the Alpha Men on Sports. Hidden Heroes tonight. We want to celebrate a Kentucky couple.
There we go.
Chris and Brittany Tyler. Here's a story. Chris and Brittany Tyler recently adopted a toddler named Samuel.
Yep.
Who was left at a fire station as a baby in Louisville, Kentucky. They learned about nearly 2 years ago when he was surrendered at a local fire station under the state's Safe Infants Act. Already parents to 2 other adopted sons and experienced foster parents, the Tylers felt a strong connection to Samuel's story and hoped to take him in. Samuel was found by firefighters who saw to his health and safety before the Tylers fostered and eventually adopted him. The couple has kept a connection with the fire station and plans to share Samuel's unique story with him as he grows up. But
that's awesome,
dude. That's a hero right there.
At least the original parents put him at a fire station, just didn't put him in a dumpster or leave him somewhere.
Yeah.
So I mean, I could definitely I thank them for that. So
great people, and our hidden heroes this week on the Alpha Men podcast. Parting thoughts this week.
Reese?
It's Valentine's Day, right?
It's coming. I saw these in the store the other day. What's
Reese's out pink peanut butter hearts. They're back for Valentine's Day. People on social media, though, are having a field day because they don't actually look like hearts when you turn them upside down.
Oh, Lord.
Listen, if you like candy with nuts, then you're going to love these. All right? Reese's, I don't know. They're all over social media. People suggesting those look like balls, Okay?
They're a bit
upside down. Yeah.
Good. What colors? Is this coming pink? Is there any other colors?
Well, if you can't picture Reese's Hearts, they look a little droopy when turned upside down.
Oh,
like
man.
if your grandfather unzipped his, don't picture that. Forget it. They've actually been available on Amazon since 2019, and no one's made this connection. But once you see it, you can't unsee it.
No, I can't. I'm gonna go.
And by the way, if your junk is slightly darker complexion, they also sell normal chocolate hearts. Or if you're really pale, there's a white chocolate version. So, just saying.
Wicked. Oh, we're gonna get some. We're gonna get some for next week. Pick some out.
Yeah.
No, seriously, for the beer segment, we're gonna have some pink hearts.
Not doing it.
Oh, that's the show, though.
This is the hill that I'm going to die on. Not doing it.
I can see you just.
Yeah, right.
Not first.
Listen, thanks for joining us. Hope you have a great week. We'll talk to you next Tuesday night at 8. This has been the Alpha Men Podcast. Take care.
Good night. Good night, all.